Hey lovely people, welcome back to my channel, Raina Read Stuff. I'm Debs, and today I'm going to do another book tag. This is the I'll get round to it later book tag. I was tagged by Pat at Book Chat with Pat, and this is a tag that was originally created by the Bookblogger Quote Unquote. So there are 7 questions and a tag people question. This won't be a long one. What is a classic book that you've been meaning to read forever, but you haven't done yet? That is this, David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. I was gifted this, and it's a beautiful set. It's a complete collection of Charles Dickens by an elderly friend who has since died. I didn't have a very good track record with Charles Dickens, so I was forced to read it at school and hated it. About the only things I had actually read properly were A Christmas Carol and Oliver Twist. And then last year, I read A Tale of Two Cities and found that I thoroughly enjoyed it. And last year, I read Hard Times. And that was the book that had put me off at school. But I found I thoroughly enjoyed that as well. So I now own all the rest of the Charles Dickens books, and I haven't read any of them. But I want to read this because the next question, a book on your shelf that you haven't read yet, is this. And stupidly, I don't feel I can read Demon Copperhead until I've read David Copperfield. Maybe it doesn't matter, but I think it does. And so until I read David Copperfield, Barbara Kingsolver is just going to sit on my shelf unread, which is stupid really, because I want to read it. And I bought this book new. Question number 3, a book that you recently got that you haven't read yet. That would be this. This is Vonnegut's Slaughterhouse 5. That was very kindly sent to me by Alex at Alex Unabridged. It's very small. I have no excuses. I haven't read it yet. Maybe I should read this next week. It seems like a good one for the Read What You Own challenge. And I want to read it. I don't know why I haven't read it yet. A book that you've had forever that you haven't read yet. I'm surprised that this book, The Jungle Books by Rudyard Kipling, hasn't got Deborah Mowbray written in it, because I have had this book since I was a child, and I still haven't read it. This particular edition was published in 1970, and I was 5 at the end of 1970. So I don't believe I've had it since then, but I've probably had it since I was 10, which would put you at the end of 1975. That's a very long time to own a book without reading it. I know the story, of course. Everybody knows the story. Maybe this is another one for the Read What You Own challenge. A book a friend recommended, but that you haven't read yet. Book Chat with Pat this is one of her favourite poets. It might well be her favourite poet, actually. And for my birthday in October, my daughters bought me New and Selected Poems by Mary Oliver. I haven't read this yet. I may well do so by the weekend because, again, perfect book for the Read What You Own challenge. Oh, my questions have gone. Question number 6. A book that you are procrastinating on. William Golding, Lord of the Flies. This was a winner of the Nobel Prize for Literature. I know a lot of people who absolutely love this book. I have tried several times to read this book, not recently, but over the years. And I have failed every time. I have absolutely no idea why. I pick it up, I put it down. I pick it up, I put it down. Maybe now's the time to get it out of the way. Who knows? Question 7. The next book on my TBR. My TBR is variable at the moment, and I keep falling down rabbit holes or going off on a mood read or things like that. But one of the things I have committed to during December and January is Against the Day by Thomas Pynchon, with a lovely reading group that's headed by Al at Big Hard Books and Classics and Greg at Another Bibliophile Reads. And we are going to be reading the 1,200 pages of this. 1,220 pages of this. I don't know very much about it, and in fact I've never read any Thomas Pynchon. This says, spanning the period between Chicago's World Fair of 1893 and the years just after World War I, Against the Day moves from the labor troubles in Colorado to turn-of-the-century New York, from London to Venice to Siberia, Mexico during the Revolution, silent era Hollywood, and one or two places, not strictly speaking, on the map at all. It's a time of unrestrained corporate greed, false religiosity, moronic fecklessness, and evil intent in high places. Sounds a bit like now. Maybe it's not the world, but with a minor adjustment or two, it's what the world might be, or it's what the world has become. So, this is the book on my TBR, because I am definitely going to read this with this lovely group over December and January. So, that's it. Who shall I tag? It's very difficult because Pat tags so many people. I'm going to tag the two Aarons, Aaron Facer and Aaron Read a Book or Aaron Read a Book. And I think I'll tag MJ as well. So anyone who has seen this who actually wants to do it, please feel free. Please consider yourself tagged. That's it for me for today. I shall be back with something else very soon. Thank you for popping by. Goodbye for now.